guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for dropping by and watching another video. Today's video is on being a digital nomad and what comes next. Like, what do you do after you've finished being a digital nomad, if that is even an option for you? The question came from Snapchat, and I feel like it came from the mindset of having a job 9 to 5 when you get out of university, and then you sort of keep that job up until your 60s or 70s, and then you go to retire. I'll give you my thoughts on that straight up and just talk a little bit about that mindset between the two, between having a job and being a digital nomad. So I see it as a digital nomad or an entrepreneur or someone that is not working for the grind. You're out, you're doing your own thing. You don't ever really think about retiring from what you do because you love doing what you do. So the thought of what to do with your pension and retirement and old age and that sort of thing, that never really comes up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Any other entrepreneurs out there, you let me know what you think. Hit me in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys because I've never thought about what am I going to do in my retirement because I'm doing what I want to do. I've never thought about when I finish doing this, what's left for me. Think about other examples of like Warren Buffett. Let's use him for example. The guy's in his 80s. He's still doing what he's doing. He's long past the retirement age. He's got plenty of cash going on. He just keeps doing what he's doing. He'll probably do it until the day he dies or the day he can't physically do what he's doing anymore, physically or mentally. So if you're into that lifestyle, being an entrepreneur, getting out there, doing things that you love, you're not worried about hitting a retirement age or worried about your pension or things like that. You were just doing what you do because you make money doing what you do, because you love doing what you do. Most importantly, you love doing what you do. Now, the norm thing to do is to think about your retirement age and your pension, and I guess that's why the question has been asked, is because you think about, well, once I do that, it's a job, and then after that, I got to do something else. Being an entrepreneur isn't a job, it's a lifestyle, it's something you love, and that's just the way of your life. To me, it's as simple as that. That's my answer to what I would do long term if I'm looking into pensions, retirements. That's how I look at it, being an entrepreneur. I will touch on a couple of other things around retirement and I guess saving up for those sorts of things at the later years in your life. Maybe it was something that they were referring to, but I'll just go into that just a little bit now. And basically, if you're working, you're saving some monies up, depending on what country you're in, like Australia, I know the US has it, probably the UK and Europe has it as well. You have like a retirement fund, or in Australia, superannuation. You'd also have to do that yourself in your entrepreneurial businesses, in your digital nomad. You can opt to save whatever money you want out of the money that you make and look to invest that in other ways. You've got funds that will do it for you. You can do it yourself using stock market, using property, using other businesses, using startups, any of those sorts of things, but you have to be comfortable with what you're investing in, and you have to understand whether that's going to be a long-term investment or it's a short-term thing to create more money. So you've got a few different plays that you can do with that. Essentially, you can do the same model as if you were working in a job, but you can apply it to your own business. You can apply it to yourself. Meaning, if you're in a job, basically you get paid from a company, and generally that company will also put money into your superannuation. They'll put money into another company to make more money for you. Now, if you're an entrepreneur and you're making your own money, you're self-employed, any of that sort of stuff, and the money always goes to you, you can opt to put it into one of those retirement funds, or you can work that out yourself. That's the flexibility you get when you're an entrepreneur, when you're doing the things you want to do. Another thing to add to that question is sometimes you are doing the things that you love, but you may want to go on and do something else after you've had enough of what you're doing, or your endeavors take you to somewhere else. In that case, you're always going to be moving from one job to the next job. Let's say you're running your online business and you're doing drop shipping and stuff like that. You need to be around internet, and you need to be around internet and power and somewhere that's connected. But you want to go on like a one-year boat trip around the world. I guess that could also somehow tie into what do you do in your pension or your retirement years if you want to do that later in life. Basically, I guess you've built up enough money, you've built up enough funds, and along the way, this could be 30, 40, 50, 60 years away for you, that you have enough funds or enough income coming from those funds that you've built up throughout your years to then go and do that. Alternatively, you might have enough within 5 or 10 years to go and do that and come back and continue working on your business. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Are you more of an entrepreneur? Are you more happy working in a job and just getting the payments come in and your money going into superannuation, someone else looking after all that so you can go and do things after work and on the weekends? And obviously for the entrepreneur side, let me know what you're up to. What do you guys like to do? What do you hope to do? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Hit me in the comments down below. I think this is a really interesting topic and I'd love to start that conversation with you guys down below. Remember, give me a like on this video if you want to see more of this stuff or you just like this video in general. Catch me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. You can ask me questions any time of day on all those social media platforms. We can have a discussion there and I can bring it to you guys on the vlog so more people can listen to it and we can have a chat about it then. Remember to subscribe, but until the next video, remember, if you cut carbs, you cut life.